Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be repairing the gearbox on this John Deere 2520. This is part 2 of the John Deere saga, but we've found the issue. I'll get the other camera and show you what's happened. I came out earlier this morning and just split the tractor in half. Actually, it wasn't that big a job. It was just take the pedal box and bits and bobs off, a couple of pipes and basically a ring of bolts around here, and the thing just came into two. I'll get the other camera and show you on the hydro unit where the issue is, but if you watched part 1, you'd have seen, I think it's a broken weld on a shaft, and that is exactly what we've got. So once I split the tractor, it was just a ring of bolts around the edge of the hydro unit, then it just popped off. You can see the swash plate in the back there. Obviously this is a bit mucky. This needs to be basically forensically clean when it all goes back together, so we've got some cleaning to do. You alright, Ed? Yeah. This is the hydro unit. And if I can get the camera, you can see that is the issue. That is a very poor weld. There's no penetration at all. So, I'm torn. Do I order a new shaft and have the same issue again in 400 hours, or do I put this in the vise and see if I can clamp this together and get the MIG welder out? I don't know. See if you can see there's a bit better light. But as you turned it, you could feel the weld wanting to, there's a certain point where obviously it's happy to join back together again. If I get it in the vise, maybe clamp it up and then run a heavy breed of weld. Now, that should have been one shaft, or they should have splined the two off. So that's pretty poor manufacturing. So guys, I got this the front unit unbolted. It just basically popped off really easy, and then as soon as that came off, this shaft came out. So I'm assuming it was just either misaligned slightly on the bearing, or I don't know. But as soon as that came off, it just popped apart. But I'll just put it up to the camera and show you what the issue. That weld has just gone. That's the drive from the hydro unit, and that's the input shaft into the gearbox. So obviously that's spinning away, just not driving. I just don't understand how. There's so little penetration on there, basically zero. I'm a bit concerned that if I buy another shaft from John Deere, it's £400 shaft, this is going to be exactly the same, and in another 400 hours time we're going to have the exact same issue. So I'm thinking to put it in the vise, hold it together, tack it in 3 or 4 places, and then go around it with the MIG and give it a really good breed of weld. I don't know. I'm a bit in two minds of this one at the minute. I'm going to do some research to see what these shafts are made out of and see if they can be welded with a MIG. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So guys, I've got it all welded up. I've got a fairly hefty old breed of weld all the way around. My plan is, I've just stuck it in the lathe, then I can check it straight, and I'm just going to clean up this area so it's a bit of a nicer looking shaft. I know I don't need to do that because there's enough clearance, but check it straight, and while it's in the lathe, just clean it up a little bit. Maybe it might help balance a little bit if it's, don't know how fast that's going to go around, but I'm not assuming 1,000,000 RPM, but it's got to help. Right, I'll get this whizzing away, clean it up, and show you what I've got to when I've finished. So guys, I've left plenty of meat on. There's still loads of material left, but it is running perfectly true in the lathe, so I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to get it out there, clean it up, and I think I'm going to start reinstalling all this stuff. So this is where I'm up to so far. I've got the, as you can see, that's where the weld's a little bit low. What I'm thinking is there's plenty of space when this goes in. There's nothing around it, so I might go over here again with a welder down this ramp and then make that, say, a mil, 1.5 mil bigger from that point all the way to there and then down that ramp. Just there's nothing around it, and if I can beef that up as much as I can now, then we're not going to have a problem. So if I go over that again with a welder, across there, down the ramp, put it back in the lathe, machine that up as best I can, I think we'll have a really strong component moving forward. Hopefully that'll never break again. So guys, I've welded it again and stuck it in the lathe and just cleaned it up the best I can. It's not perfect, but it's going to be strong, which is better than what John Deere did, to be honest. Next thing, I've put all these plungers back in. They'll move nice and freely. Next thing is to slide the hydro unit back onto the tractor. Just go in here. So the next thing we need to do is just pop the hydro unit back onto there. Just pop a new gasket on, and then the unit will just slide straight back onto there. That shaft, the back bearing sits back there, and then it engages onto that shaft, which is the input shaft for the gearbox. So we'll get that back on, and then we can slide these two halves back together, and then all we need is a gasket for here, some fresh engine oil, or hydraulic oil should I say, or gearbox oil, whatever John Deere specify, and this thing might actually move again. I've got that shaft all welded up. Hopefully that's stronger than John Deere did it. I just couldn't justify the shaft's £375-ish plus VAT. It's quite a lot of money, and if it's only welded as good as they welded the last shaft, it's a bit disappointing. So I think welding it myself, if it does another 400 hours, it's as good as John Deere did it. If it does 2,000, it's better than John Deere did it. So we'll see how that goes. If it does bust that shaft again, it's not too big of an issue, because I took all this unit off the back, unbeknownst to me that you didn't have to, because I was trying to dig in thinking it was the high-low lever, whereas it is just that shaft. So you just split the tractor in half, pull the hydro unit off, and away you go. I've got a new gasket on the front of the hydro unit, and I'm going to just hopefully install it. I've got it in neutral so that I can spin the gear from inside, try and line everything up if it's not quite right. And there was two tiny little filters that go in those two ports. I haven't got a John Deere manual, so we're doing this from the parts catalogue, which is not ideal, but that's where we are. So right, I'll go get the hydro unit, slide it on, and hopefully all's well. So I'm hoping this is just a straightforward fit. And then, is it that gear, if I spin that gear? Yep. That's it. Oh, a slight bit of pressure on that, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. It did pop apart when we undid it, so. Nope. Maybe. Seems really long, that one. Oh, maybe it's one of the bottom ones. Yep. Right. I'll whiz all these bolts in, and then should be just a case of marrying the tractor back up. All done. I think it's just a case now of cleaning some of these bits up. I've got a bit of sawdust and stuff from leaky oil. That's going to go into the back of the engine. That lines up with that shaft. Four-wheel drive shaft lines up with this shaft underneath. Simple case of bolting the two halves back together. Hopefully that's it then. Problem solved. We'll see. The only way to actually test any of this is physically get it all back together and then see what it does, but that's got to fix it, I think. I've got the hydro unit all bolted back on, and my plan now is to make the two halves back together. My original thinking was to steam clean all this and put all it back together as really nice and clean. But I'm concerned that we're going to get water inside the gearbox because it's all open at the back. It already has got a little bit of dirt in there, but I can take the strainer out and just wash through and make sure there's no muck in there when we put the top cover back on. But I'm thinking if we can get the two halves back together, make it into a rolling frame again, and get the top part of the gearbox on, then it's watertight. Then I can set to with the steam cleaner and really blast this thing down and not worry about any ingress of water inside. So, two halves together, back piece on, wash. That's the plan. Right, I've got it back together. It's a bit fiddly just lining up the four-wheel drive shaft and the input shaft into the gearbox, but it went pretty well. I've got 3 or 4 bolts holding the two halves together so it won't fall apart. The hydraulic hoses on the other side, they're done. And in the last video I did say I was just going to change the hydraulic hoses out as and where required because they were a bit corroded. I priced this one up from John Deere, the big suction hose. That was £700. Which is an awful lot of money for a pipe. So we're just going to do those pipes as and when required. It runs up to the back of the pump up there. It's just such a lot of money. So we're going to have to play it by ear, see what pipes we actually need rather than just changing ones out that look a little bit rusty. But other than that, going back together well. My plan now is just to get all the bolts back in, get the cables back on, the wiring drapes back over where it should be, and then once I've got this piece cleaned, because there's some muck in there that I need to clean all that out, get the new gasket, get the lift arm section bolted back on and the hydraulic hoses, then outside for a steam clean. So it's the next afternoon. John Deere rang this morning and said they had the gaskets and bits and bobs in stock. So I've put all this back together. It's really simple, just clean the gasket faces up, drop that hydro unit on. Basically the exact opposite to what I did in the first video for this thing. Whilst the top was off, I got some fresh high guard, John Deere oil, and while that stall was off it was easy to clean all that out, and I just filled it up whilst the unit was off. Next thing is going to be, I've just traipsed the wiring on loosely and got some of the levers back in place. But I think the next thing is going to be see if we can tie up some of that wiring up and fire it up and see if we can get that hub to turn, because it's not in diff lock, so it should just spin that hub, which that'll be, if it does, transmission fixed. Right, let's see what happens. Quite excited because obviously I bought this as a non-runner, and this is going to be a moment of truth. So nothing. Do we have to have this in neutral? Yep. Right. Forwards is low range. So I put my hand on the pedal. You see the hub? Hub's going round. Woo! That means this might be fixed. That's great news. Right, try high range. Oh yeah, check that out. Perfect. Right, I'm going to tie up all these wires back up. Hold on, turn that off. Right, I'm going to tie up all these wires back up and yeah, so get the seat drop back on top, and then I'm going to steam clean it really well because it's absolutely lathered. What I should have done is steam cleaned it before I took it apart, but yeah, we'll know for next time. But I'm chuffed. That is really good. So a few little bits to connect, nothing major. Get the wheel back on. I've got the just a little shift lever that goes in there to put back on for the PTO engagement. A few tie wraps. We'll get it outside, and I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. I'm thinking it might be a good idea just to run it without the mudguards, just with the seat on, and just run it around the yard. Maybe put the mower on the back and spend an hour cutting grass with it before we go to the effort of putting all the mudguards and cab and everything back on. Just in case anything's not 100%. But I can't see why not. I think it's just going to go back together. So, yeah. So, I've rolled my coat up. That's going to be my seat. Chucked it on, bolted the wheel on. Let's see if it'll move. Not quite as comfy as the cab. It's fixed. So guys, that's it steam cleaned. It looks a lot better. I think the thing now is I might just fit the seat and run it as is for a little bit. Just cut the grass a couple of times, just let it have a couple of hours, and then get back into fitting all the mudguards, the cab, and putting everything back together. Just think it might be a good idea to give it a run just with the seat on and just check we have no major oil leaks or nothing goes wrong before we go to all the effort putting the cab back on and then take it all back off again. But yeah, what a transformation. It's going to be good, I think, this one. So guys, that's the John Deere about fixed, I think. I've fitted the mudguards just so we could use it, and we've done about 20 hours. I've been using it for the mower, been doing some topping with it, towing all the trailers about, moving boats and equipment, and that shaft seems to be holding up perfectly, so I'm not worried about it anymore. I think that's a good repair. Next thing is I'm going to repair all the cab, and I'm going to put all that back on, but that'll be probably a separate video in the winter when we get some time. We can do that. The tractor's usable as is, and I can just plod on with it and keep using it. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it if you wouldn't mind pressing the old subscribe button. See you in the next one.